Hey guys, what's going on? Do another Game Boy video here. I gotta fucking tell you something right now. Okay? You're not gonna like what you're gonna see. If you have no criminal record on video evidence and you register as a video evidence, then you register as a felony. Can you bust US Marshals? Now people, this is the highest tier grade you can accomplish. If you're able to bust US Marshals for this, you gotta be the luckiest man alive to pull this off. Watch this. Yes, it is possible to be arrested by US Marshals or other law enforcement, even if you have no criminal record and video evidence. So here's the thing, guys. Appears to show your instance. But wait, they kind of fucked that up. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, US Marshals. You know you just fucked that up, right? But no, you don't arrest the person. You actually arrest the people that set him up, if you catch my drift. While video evidence is a strong, it does not automatically stop a federal arrest. If agents believe they have probable cause to believe you committed a felony. Now, how does that make sense? Okay, Marshall, so let me get this straight. If you're watching this right now, and if I show you have a no criminal history, like this, look, here.
Hey guys, what's going on? Do another Game Boy video here. What's going on for you? Not lying.
Okay, this was taken 4 months ago, US Marshals. So let me get this straight. You think you're gonna arrest me when I have proof that I had no criminal history and I died? I got killed by law enforcement and FBI were involved? So US Marshal, who do you have to report back to? I'm gonna say it right now this time, but no, I'm not threatening anyone. But who do you have to report back to? I'm gonna tell you right now after you see this. Okay. Who do you have to report back to? I'll say this many times.
No
Criminal history.
Okay. If you start to work on a case file, whoever it is, I have so much hard evidence in my pocket.
Okay, Marshals, what did I just say?
If you start to work on a case file, whoever it is, I have so much hard evidence in my pocket. I can put whoever's trying to free me. Well, you get the idea. If you start to work on a case file, whoever it is, for now.
What do you think, US Marshals? Am I lying?
As you can see, no criminal history. Okay? If you start to work on a case file, whoever it is, I have so much hard evidence in my pocket. I can put whoever's trying to free me. Well, you get the idea.
How come there was no federal warrant then? How come there was no federal warrant, US Marshals? Guess what, Marshals? If you don't do your job and arrest whoever's responsible for this, you know where you're going? Who's gonna put you in federal prison? The president. He has the power to do it. US Marshals, you have no authority to overpower him. You know that, right? Oh, you're not gonna do it? Guess what? The president can find out after this video in 5 seconds. Maybe in 5 minutes. Maybe in 1 minute. US Marshals, you think you're watching this video right now? What if the president was maybe watching now? You ever thought about that? You want to go to federal prison? Then shut the fuck up, US Marshals, because I got everything on you. And let's say if you're not involved. If you're not involved, then arrest law enforcement and arrest FBI. Arrest them. Why aren't you doing your job? Oh, well, I guess the president's gonna put you in federal prison automatically, if you catch my drift. Now, what did I just show you? I just showed you a no criminal history video that I could show the president now that you gotta report back to the president. Right? Am I right, US Marshals? Am I right? And if you don't do that, what's gonna happen? Look at that. What's gonna happen? You're gonna go to prison, or federal prison, whichever you prefer. But, so I guess your plan was to put me in federal court, right? And how come there was no federal warrant issued, huh? Do I have to keep explaining myself to you guys that I'm no test subject, I'm no lab rat? That's right. I'm not a lab rat and I'm not a test subject, US Marshals. I'm actually gonna bust you for this. If I find out if you were involved, and if you were, well, the president's gonna have to do what he's gotta do, man. I'm ending this year, you know that, right? You know it's over, right? Now, watch this. Because I do have video evidence, may I remind you, and I have my constitutional rights. That's funny. Well, if U.S. martial law was here, we would lose our civilian rights. But wait, but what cause? It never happened yet. Martial law never happened. So what's going on? Why is everyone talking about me? Why is everyone whispering about me, U.S. Marshals? Aren't you involved? What's going on? What are you not telling me? You lied. You're lying. And you're always going to be lying. Because you don't care about anyone but yourself. Why do I think you're evil now? Because you're trying to do whatever it takes to prevent law enforcement, FBI, to, I don't know, keep the truth from within, right? Is that why you wanted to kill me? Is that why you wanted to try me in Stateville? Have FBI interrogate me? Isn't that what you did? You overdrugged me in Stateville? Is that what you did? You killed me back? You know I got documents. I gotta get an MRI scan, right? I'm not letting this go, Marshal. I don't know who you are, but you know who I am. Then why is there no federal warrant issued? Because you know I could have an attorney on hand and I will bust law enforcement and FBI, U.S. Marshal. That's why I haven't done nothing. You talked to them already, and guess what? You know what's sad? If I find out if your buddies were trying to kill me, you know what's going to happen to them, right? They're going to be going to federal prison by the president. The president is listening right now as you're listening. And you could lose your power. He could take it away. So you better do your job if you're lucky. But here's the problem. If you don't do your job and arrest Willow Springs Police Department after this court date is over, you're fired. Okay? You better fucking watch yourself. Let's see, let's read on. I'm done talking to you, Marshal. We're done here. Okay? I don't want to hear any stupid questions out of you. Why? I could be more louder than you. You don't want to go toe-to-toe with a screaming competition with me. You can't yell at me, and I can't tell at you. But I can be disciplined with you. Why? I'm one pissed off man. Why? If I find out you were involved, you only. If I find out you were involved, again, you're making the biggest mistake of your life. And if you're not, you're damn lucky. I'm gonna spare your life. That means you're not going to federal prison. Probable cause versus proof. A U.S. Marshal can arrest you without a warrant if they have reasonable grounds, which I just talked to this Marshal already about the no criminal history. He's not going to arrest me, obviously, because what did I just say? I found video evidence as proof he could arrest all these fucking FBI's, fucking law enforcement, but he needs the president's approval for it. It's gonna happen. So watch the president storm in the court with U.S. Marshals. Get the fuck out, man. Why? It's gonna happen. Okay? I don't know if you know this, but I've had a vision of this happening, so. Alright. Anyway, what am I doing here? I'm cheering up now. Anyway. Probable cause to believe you committed a federal felony? Oh, maybe that's why I didn't get U.S. Marshal never stepped here yet. A federal felony? That's funny. I don't think I've ever had a federal felony. Oh, no wonder why they haven't arrested me. But wait. Wait a minute. This doesn't make any fucking sense. A federal felony? Uh-oh. So was that FBI's doing? They wanted to make it a federal felony, huh? That's funny. Now I just showed a Marshal, a U.S. Marshal. It's actually 612. This is pretty cool. 612. And, I just showed him that. And, yeah. And, obviously you could check that. You could, where is it? Here we go. See? Look at that. They're recording it. HTTPS www.youtube.com watch view blah 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 blah, and you get the fucking point. So FBI already has that, and Marshall already has it recorded. Now the president's got to get a hold of it. So yeah, you get the idea. Now here's the big problem, guys. Let's read more. I don't know what the big problem is, but I'm not going to federal prison. FBI, law enforcement, and if marshals were involved, and if they don't do their job, yes, they will go to federal prison. Okay? That's the truth. While crucial, does not instantly negate that threshold of suspicion. See, suspicion, and a warrant might have been issued based on other witness statements or evidence, which I just told this U.S. Marshal that I have evidence. Mistaken identity errors. Oh, he's gonna love this. Oh man, this is. I feel so bad for this guy. Fuck. Hold on. Mistaken identity. Damn it. Mistaken identity is a common reason for false arrest, even if a video seems to clear you. See? False arrest. Even if a video seems to clear you. See? But everything I just said was the truth, obviously. But look, false charge risk. It is possible for someone to be charged with a crime they were never involved in. Here we go. Regardless of their lack of prior record. But here's the thing. All the things I've showed you guys was real. Now this is just if you're lying to a U.S. Marshal. No, this is pretty serious, guys. You know, it can be pretty bad if I'm lying, but I'm not. This is why I record shit. And this is not edited. It's real. After everything I've learned, it's not it's not edited. Because you hear my voice. If you are arrested or under investigation, well, Marshal, I was investigated at the Willow Springs Police Department by FBI. And I said I had no criminal history. I died twice in DePage County Jail and Hill Correctional Center in Seg Cell 7, which is haunted. And I died and came back by miracle again. And I got beat up by SWAT. And I got incinerated, sprayed after attempted to stab a CO. I got sprayed. I was on fire. I was half blind. I got beat up. I got beat up by SWAT, handcuffed, punted to the head again. I should have been dead. My brain split and only stunned me, which isn't, I don't know how the fuck I pulled that off. I got hit in the ribs twice, one in the left, one in the right. Pinned to the bed. My legs bent upward almost the wrong way, and I screamed. And I got lifted back up, went into the pen. Before that, they said head down really loud. And I got sent in the pen, walking, I don't know how, and I cried. And I didn't get no medical treatment after that. So, yeah, there's that proof. And I told the Willow Springs about that. Anyway, alright, if you are arrested or under investigation, do not argue. Do not try to bust or argue with US Marshal, which obviously we already know that. Marshals during an arrest, this can lead to charges or resisting or obstruction. Which, this is why I was under investigation in a cell with a camera, which I could speak my mind. I didn't care if it was used against me, but that's fine, because I planned it. Now, in an actual real interrogation, this was just a cell interrogation, so, but I wouldn't say shit. So, no, what the fuck? Invoke your right to silence. Potentially state that you wish to remain silent, and want an attorney immediately. There you go. See, constitutional rights. Do not talk to law enforcement without an attorney. Again, constitutional rights. If you believe your video will clear you, again, for the third fucking and last time, constitutional rights. Secure the video, ensure the video is safely backed up, and provide it to a lawyer, not just the police. Oh, that's Google One for you. As evidence can be I don't know when to say it. Legal action against federal agents. Suing for false arrest. If you are arrested without probable cause, you may be able to sue the U.S. Marshals for false arrest. You could sue anything. And violation of civil rights under the 4th Amendment. Funny. Wow. Under the 4th Amendment. That's funny. Well, you know what's sad if you... You gotta take away the 14th Amendment and the 8th Amendment. But not the 4th Amendment yet. Telling you, man. You know what's gonna happen with the 2 amendments, the 14th and 8th? We're gonna hold law enforcement accountable for their actions. But what if this got removed? I don't know. Probably won't after this video. Challenges. Winning a lawsuit against federal agent is difficult as they possess qualified immunity. Oh boy. Why am I even reading? You know, not all U.S. Marshals will go to prison. Well, I mean federal prison. Which protects them from actions taken in the line of duty unless they violate clearly established law. I'm gonna feel so bad for some marshals right now. Federal Tarrant Claims the Act, FTCA. Victims of false arrest may sue the federal government. And this is why Louis v. Pascal is recording as much evidence as possible. Well, There's your proof right here. Yep. There you go. Now you gotta show the president now. And now let's view another one, shall we? This is FBI's doing, by the way, Marshall. Look at this. Same thing. If you have no criminal history, record on video evidence, and you register as a felon, can you bust US Marshal? No. You cannot bust, fight, resist, or assault United States. That's funny. Look at this. You cannot bust, but look, fight, resist, or assault. It doesn't say anything about arrest. United States Marshals attempting to forcibly arrest, resist. Okay. U.S. Marshals, even if you believe you are innocent, have no criminal record, or have video evidence of your innocence, it is a federal offense that will likely result in serious felony charges. Oh, okay. But wait, the role of the U.S. Marshals, executioners of court orders. U.S. Marshals Service is the enforcement arm of the federal court. They do not tactfully show up to investigate. They arrive because a federal judge has already signed a warrant, arrest, bench, or search. Well, didn't you already do that, SWAT? You already searched, took all my weapons and all that shit. Now they're involved. Obviously, Marshals. Authority to arrest. Marshals are authorized to make arrest without a warrant for any federal offense commit in their presence, or if they have reasonable ground to believe you committed a felony. Well, that, like I said, U.S. Marshal, I just explored more of the truth. Like I told you, that you probably told this fucking cop. Is he lying? Oh, he's telling the truth now. No offense, but I'm gonna just go with it. Then why did you lie? Boom! I just wanted to make him hear that. Why resisting is a bad idea. Ooh, this is law enforcement getting arrested. It is a separate crime. Even if the original arrest warrant is later found to be violated or erroneous, you could still be convicted of resist arrest. Video evidence doesn't stop arrest. Well, we already know that. Video evidence of your innocence is meant to be presented by an attorney, we already know that, in court after the arrest, not used as a reason to fight officers in the moment. Well, of course, this is why I'm going to court. Federal charges violate resisting a federal officer is a serious felony that can lead to years in federal prison. So if a cop or an FBI lied to a marshal, yeah, that's not good. What to do instead? You marshals are at your door, which they weren't yet, but they were thinking. But why? The best course of action is do not resist. Comply with commands peacefully, obviously. Identify yourself. State your name and kill me intent you believe there's a mistake. And I will. U.S. Marshal, man to man. I got 2 DNA positive yeses. Now, I'm going to give you one copy of that. And, it got printed out by FBI, and I got a copy by Willow Springs Police Department. You can keep that copy, but I'm keeping my original copy of my social accounts. You could see that, but I'm keeping that copy. So, yeah, if I told them that, yeah, they're going to just swarm out, probably. And it won't be good. Feel like, we got to go to the Willow Springs Police Department. Move! Move! We gotta go to the Willow Springs Police Department. Move! And they're just gonna run out. And it's over. I'm gonna see like a warthog. What the fuck? And because marshals aren't gonna go to federal prison. Law enforcement is. Well, they gotta report back to the president. What are your orders? Arrest the Willow Springs Police Department. Well, they probably won't tell this to me, but I mean, they might. I don't know, man. That'd be kind of cool. Absolute power. I'm actually cheered up, dude. That would be the shit, man. Oh, fuck. Man, actually, this is kind of fun. Well, I mean, no, it's pretty serious, but this is funny. Alright, anyway. Okay. Alright. Say your name and calmly mention you believe. Yeah, but obviously there's a mistake. I got video evidence. Obviously, I would show them the video. What do you mean? Here. Show them the evidence. Boom. And watch, they're going to be so pissed. When you found out you lied to them. They're going to be so fucking pissed when I show them so many videos, and then I show them the legal document and the document of my parole. Wait a fucking minute. This guy was telling the truth. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This is me talking to a US Marshal now. Let's see. Remain silent. Do not talk about the case. Say, I am going to remain silent and I want a lawyer. Well, obviously. That's why I have an attorney. Now, I could say that. Now, contact an attorney. Use the right to counsel to handle the video evidence and prove your innocence in court. See? I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to prison. Yeah, this is just one. Actually, that's two. And I know FBI is doing this on purpose. Innocent here, if you have registered as a felon, even without a prior criminal record, the existence of video evidence indicating a felony offense means you are likely subject to law enforcement actions. Okay, cool. Felony arrest. U.S. Marshals are authorized to make arrests. Well, we already know that. Without a warrant for any offense against the United States committed in their presence, or for any felony charges under federal law, they have reasonable grounds to believe the person has committed a felony. Obviously, video evidence. Video evidence is a strong evidence that can be used to intimidate an investigation or support an arrest, and it can lead to a conviction, even without prior criminal history. You know what's going to happen, guys. Registration duty. In some jurisdictions, individuals convicted of certain offenses knowingly are required to register, and failure to do so or committing a new offense that requires registration and trigger swift law enforcement responses. If you're dealing with a situation involving a felony, you should contact a criminal defense attorney. All these are attorneys. So here's the problem, everyone. I can't lose my constitutional rights. 3 searches. Yeah. And there we go. That's it, guys. I'm done. Sign off.